Joyden is basically going to be bedridden for 5 days.
He's just gotta take a little nap. It's gotta take a long little nap.
It's my staycation. I'm gonna stay my ass in bed.
Mm-hmm.
Should keep
I
you out of
mean-
trouble. If you want to go somewhere, you can ask Elric, and he'll turn into something that can help you.
Are you ready to start the stream, babe? You guys can
Yeah,
keep
we're
leveling up. Oh, it's gone? Okay. So last time we played, a strange gnome in a silly hat gave a tarot card reading to Buster. And then the Buster's son showed up and told him that a friend of his had basically said that they should reconnect. So they have spent a week trying to basically mend their relationship or create a relationship because there isn't much of one. But it's been going fairly well. They had a nice long conversation. They got a little drunk. They've gone out together a few times since then and sort of just talked. Kendalo still wants nothing to do with Curtis.
I blame him.
And that hasn't really changed. Layla, I remember Chris went on like a small like mini adventure with the kids where they were basically rat catching, but the kids thought it was an adventure. You met some of the other people in the neighborhood who know your kids and know their tutor, their nanny, basically, Allura. But they were pleased to meet one of the parents. Let me see. And then what did Layla do? She went shopping for magic items.
She was talking with Vajra about trying to make power sources for mythals. So like researching those sorts of things, but it didn't really go anywhere. She's like, yeah, it's Evil Dragon, you probably should just leave him.
And the tables, I think the tables I've been using for magic shopping is in Mordenkainen?
Yeah, it's a combination of Mordenkainen's and the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Yeah, I was
Which...
pulling rules out. Okie dokie. So you rolled a 22, correct?
Yes, I did.
There is no. Maybe it's not Mordenkainen's. Maybe it's Volo's.
I can never remember.
Guys, I have a lot of D&D books.
Well, there are a lot of them. So.
What book is the downtime thing that I was using? Downtime read.
Also, my internet is absolutely terrible right now.
Sydney.
It's very extremely bad.
Oh yeah, you can't get Roll20 to launch, can you?
It's trying very hard.
Okay.
It's just not doing a good job.
So what you're saying is you're going to have to go back to pen and paper.
Okay.
I mean, that's
Oh my
fine.
God.
Swap me, please. And then I can bring the DM's guide up online.
Okay, you don't want me to grab your book?
No, I don't need a additional book in my lap. Downtime revisited. 123. And you were magic item shopping, correct, Layla?
Yes. Oh.
Roll a d4 for me.
Two.
Dungeon Master's Guide. Okay, and then roll 2d100.
72 and a 19.
Where is the table of random magic items?
I'm a little terrified. Apparently, I've just learned a spell that all that requires is sight for casting. It doesn't have a range.
Ooh.
Just that you can see.
Ooh.
Wow.
I like it.
Okay. Spread throughout the strange shops, auctions, estate sales, and other oddities in the city of Waterdeep, you find a 9th level spell scroll, which we'll figure out what it is here in a second, and a 19 and an 8th level spell scroll. Boop, 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 boop. So let's take a look. 8th level and 9th level. So roll 2 more D100s for me. 23. You find a spell scroll of astral projection. And a 38 and a spell scroll of control weather. Boop, boop, boop. Ding, ding.
Okay. Those are both spells I can cast, right?
Yeah, they're both cleric spells.
Yeah, astral projection.
And then let's see how much they cost. Do you want to roll for the price, or do you want me to roll?
I'll let you roll.
Okay. Nine plus 8 is 17. First one
I should've rolled.
is 1,700 gold pieces. And then the 10th level spell is... I rolled the wrong die. 40,000 gold pieces.
What?
The 8th level spell is 1,700 gold pieces. The 9th level spell is 40,000 gold pieces.
Ouch. 40,000. I don't know if it's that good. I'll buy a 1,700 one for sure. 'Cause that's
Okay.
not very expensive.
So you have a spell scroll of, I forget, control weather. Kind of sucks because all the stuff on that stuff is like one-time use. But anyway, oh wait, it's halved for scrolls. So half of 1,700, half of 40, so 20,000,
Okay.
and whatever half of 1,700 is.
850. Okay.
Cool. So all right, and then we have a few players that weren't here last time. So, like I said, Buster has reconnected with his son and spending some time doing that. Chris has been adventuring with the kids, and doing a few other things. Layla was trying to figure out a way to create an arcane power source, which she, I believe I named him Tover, Master Tover, is the guy who could help you out with that if you wanted to go talk to him. But I think Kelric and Joyden were not here last week, right?
Nope.
So other than laying in bed, what has Joyden been doing?
I think Jordan has been thinking about how to, firstly, like how the mithril actually works, since we kind of just wouldn't call it brute forced it, but we still don't know. So I think Jordan has been thinking about how to get to Hope's End to find out what is actually there, since we have more time now anyway.
Well, Hope's End is a bar in the dock ward, but like I said, right now Jordan is incapable of travel.
Right.
if you wanted to have people bring you information, like bring you books, you have the kids, you have Ira, you have people that can run information to you, but you may not be able to physically go to Hope's End. But you could always send one of the NPCs to go check it out.
Oh, cool. Like or Vincent Trench.
Yeah, if you wanted to give him 50 gold pieces, he can go ask around about the old elf that's supposed to be there.
Yeah, let me go ahead and do that, and then I'll
Sure.
have I think it was Squidly. Is Squidly the magician?
That's Jinx. Jinx is the one
Jinx.
that is always like, I know magic. Squidly is the one that shoots a bow
I'd probably ask
and wears
Jinx.
an eye patch.
I'd probably ask Jinx to get me a few books on mithril or history books on dwarven creations or something.
Sure. Yeah. He will try. I would say for information on the mythol, just make an Arcana check.
I'm not good at these. Let's find how good I am at this. 'Too many windows. Sorry. Second.
Too many windows, not enough time. Well, I mean, you sent a kid, because Jinx is like 9, if he's that old. But he brings you the information he can find. Unfortunately, filtering through all of the books over the course of the week.
Can I use my inspiration on this?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. I'll try that again.
Okay. Same result. Like it's less like your intelligence and Jinx's capability though. There's just not information that exists out there about how they were made. There's legends and lore, but nothing specific or tangible.
Gotcha. Well, I'm just gonna lay here with my chaotic thoughts. But also, in my downtime, I was also thinking about how to get to hell and visit my dear old dad.
Yeah, you can make an Arcana check for that too.
All right. A little better.
The other planes of existence are not easy to get to. So the information you find is basically you need 2 things to get to another plane. You need something attuned to that plane, like a physical object. A lot of wizards use a tuning fork, like a literal tuning fork that vibrations match the vibrations of that plane. But an item from that plane would work as well. And you need the spell plane shift.
Do I know if my dad's shoes were made in hell or were they made here?
They turned to goo. Like,
oh, they did?
Yeah, they weren't like a physical part of him. Or, I mean, they were like a physical part of him. They weren't real shoes.
Damn. Well,
they were part of the false appearance that he had created. Okay, so
everything
Kelrick.
was a lie, Dad.
Kelrick, what have you been up to for the last 10 days, for the last week?
I think Kelrick is gonna check up on Klauth.
We actually went to Klauth's. Speaking of which, we have magic items to roll for you guys. But yeah, they have gone to Klauth. So I think as a group, everybody wanted to go check up on Klauth. So you get to see the relieved look on Belial's face when you explain to him that the rage is over. He will lead you into. And Chris, were you here last week? But we decided to wait on talking to Klauth because you wanted Kat to be here.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. Cool. So Belial will show you through the winding, crazed maze that leads to Klauth's great hoard, to the vault. open the door somewhat trepidatiously, but once he realizes that Clouth is no longer like breathing fire at the door and gnashing teeth and going insane, breathes another sigh of relief and begins to open up the door. He explains to Clouth the deal he made for his return to sanity, and Clouth nods and says, "Only one item each, then." And I think everybody that was here last time got to roll, right?
Yes.
Cool. So I need the group of you. We'll do conversations with Clouth here in a second, but first let's do the exciting part. Let's do the hunting, rooting through Clouth's giant hoard for magic items. Where the fuck did my Mordenkainen's Tomb of Foes just go? Thank you, babe. This is why you get married, guys. So I need everybody, as you're digging through literal mounds of gold, I assume you're looking for magic items because a piece of gold is not something that would be particularly interesting to you. But you are each allowed to take one item. So I need Kelric and Joyden to make investigation checks.
It'll be a magical piece of gold.
And you can cast guidance on yourself, Kelric. I let you.
Sure. Oh wait, that's +4. Yeah. It's 80.
That's a D100.
Yes,
I need
yes,
investigation.
I know. Sorry.
Stop
85.
clicking buttons randomly.
That's all I'm good for.
I knew I should have saved my inspiration. Oh, good. I didn't need it.
I think that's pretty good. So Kelric. Okay, well, I have Jordan's check. So Jordan, I need you to roll a D4 for me.
1d4.
1. I need you to roll 1D100.
1d100. I didn't have that here. Okay, cool. That's not a slash. 24.
Actually, I think I made notes. 24? Nah. Read your dragon's downtime. And you got a 21 on your investigation check, so that
I did.
Okay, and then a 24 D100 roll. Oh shit, okay. Jordan, hunting through, you find a little pair of boots, about knee-high boots, like calf level boots, made out of like a supple, very bendy looking leather that is like a Merlot color, like a deep, dark, purpley red, and they have little wings on the heels, like Hermes' boots. They are boots of speed.
Nice. What did they do?
They do require attunement. While you wear these boots, you can use a bonus action to click the heels together. If you do, the boots double your walking speed, and any creature that makes an attack of opportunity against you has disadvantage on the attack roll. If you click your heels together again, it ends the effect. When the boots property has been used a total of 10 minutes, the magic ceases and to function until you finish a long rest. So they double your walking speed, basically.
Nice.
I can. It's haste without the actions.
I feel like
I'll take it.
Jordan's rooting around. Like you guys literally have to Scrooge McDuck through just mounds of gold and treasure and stuff to find these things. But I feel like Jordan hunts through and finds these boots and is like, I'm done. Just like takes the boots. No more needing to look. So Kelric, what did you get on your investigation check?
An 84 or it's 85.
That's a D100 roll. I need an investigation check.
I'm sorry. I'm being a dingus. Ignore me. I'm being very smart today.
Okay, nobody's upset.
Yeah, man.
I'm upset. Okay.
Plus
3, so 18.
Plus, what's your intelligence? Or are you proficient in investigation?
How do you give me a D again? I don't remember. I don't have any pluses to investigation. It's just a fun.
Okay, so an 18. And then roll a D4 for me. So that is F. Ooh, and then roll 4 D100s.
Do you want to just keep those first two?
You can. I don't care.
Sure.
Okay, so the first one was a 51.
82 for the first one.
Oh, I'm sorry, an 82. Keep in mind, Joey, those boots require attunement. I don't know what else you're attuned to. You find a pair of like fingerless gloves. Like they almost look like little mittens. And they are gloves of thievery, which make you good at
Ooh.
thieving things. A 51. You also find a staff it's a wooden staff with a curled around it, carved into it, but curled around it is a green, like jade-looking snake. It is a staff of the adder.
DD or ATT?
Adder, ADDER, like the snake, adder. And then what were your other rolls?
38.
38.
Do you mind if I look up what the staff of the adder does?
No, you can look up what they do, so you can make like an informed decision. You also find a pair of bone gauntlets, literally carved, like hollowed out of some much bigger creature's bones. So you can put your hand
Ooh.
inside of the bones of this creature. They are gauntlets of ogre power.
Ooh.
And the last one is a 22.
Calric.
The last isn't your strength already higher than a 19?
Oh yeah, it is.
Okay, that's all it gives you is strength of
Oh,
a
okay.
19.
Well, never mind. Then.
You have the belt. Like you don't need no damn gauntlets.
Yeah, I just like
the
it
last
sounds
one is
cool
gauntlets.
though.
the last one is a little amber amulet with an eyeball frozen in the amber. It is an amulet of proof against detection and location. And you get to pick one.
Yes. Sorry, I'm reading.
Yeah, I'm done. Jump's done. The staff of the adder turns into a snake. You can also whack people with it and
Nice.
poison them.
Ooh.
If the snake drops to 0 hit points, the staff is destroyed. Ugh.
I'll probably end up taking the gauntlets, actually.
Maybe for your friend Layla.
If you want some creepy ass bone gauntlets, you do.
I mean, Kelric is not all that strong. Like that's not one of his best stats.
Yeah, but what are you gonna use strength
Susie,
for, Kelric?
Susie, for you because your sword, your sword lets you use your
Will that
wisdom
apply to
modifier.
your beast shape?
So
it doesn't need to. I have ultra form.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Keller can like grow gills and like flippers and claws and shit.
You can become
I can make things strength dependent.
Oh, okay.
Cool. Anyway, before this happens, while Kat's debating on which magic item she wants to acquire, the rest of, or I guess everybody at the sort of the beginning of the entrance gather around Clouth's great, like just monstrous form. I found a picture recently. They made an official D&D miniature for Clouth. He's so fucking big. Let me see if I can find that. So, but Clouth looks at the group of you and just sort of nods, and then is just like waiting.
Hi, how's it going?
He sort of sniffs at you and then snorts brimstone and fire. Yeah, click on that and then scroll down.
Does that mean you're feeling better?
He says, I do not like being reliant on others.
Oh, that's okay. Everybody needs a little help sometimes.
He just looks at you confused and goes, I am thankful though.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I like looks over as like Curtis is pawing through his magic and like his lip curls a little bit. Curtis is pawing through his hoard, and says, if you require additional services, they could be provided, but no more from the horde.
Do you know of a dragon named insert whatever his name was?
I don't know which dragon you're referring to.
Bone
I'm
dragon.
talking about the evil one down in the.
Oh,
Karoon.
let's make a history check for clout.
I mean, I figure he has a little bit of historical clout.
Probably. I'm not gonna bring it.
That's a good one.
Shit.
I like it.
He shakes his great head. Gold glitters and drops off of his
Can I give
massive
him
skull.
guidance? Is that
I mean, he rolled a natural one. And he goes, "It's not a name I am familiar with."
Perchance know of someone who might know of an elder dragon?
He nods and goes, "If this is information you are looking for, then I will find it."
Oh,
And he looks to Belial. Sorry, Pizza's here, and the dog's gotta let the pizza guy know that he can't come in the house. He nods and says that if this is information you're looking for, he'll find it. He says additionally, Kelric, that he has found a fortune teller or somebody with a little bit more experience with prophecy that he thinks might be able to help you. But before he could let you know that, he, dragon rage.
Yeah. No, that's entirely understandable. I'm surprised you managed to remain as okay whenever it probably caught you a bit off guard. Roll20 is very confused. It's
Okay.
like a warning symbol over Rachel.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you over the dog barking. What did you just say?
I said it was understandable, and it was good that he was prepared since it probably caught him a bit off guard.
I'm sorry, I still didn't hear you. One more time.
Does everybody else hear me, or is it just a?
Yes.
no, I can hear you.
It's just the
We can
dog
hear you.
barking.
No,
And
I'm
us
double
talking to
checking
Susie.
because my mic has been like cutting out randomly for the last however long with Discord, and I'm not sure why. So I was just making sure it was a. I said it's completely understandable. I am glad that you were prepared, considering this unscheduled rage probably caught you off guard.
He nods, and then his giant, like, whenever he speaks, you can feel like heat boil off of him, and there's just like heat waves like rising up off of the pavement. His head swings down toward Chris, and he sniffs at her again. But he nods to you, Kelric, and tells you, expect a visitor.
Okay.
But he's very interested in Chris.
Hello.
And then, like, he takes a big long inhale, and like his like when he inhales, Chris's clothes flap in the like breath or the wind of his breath toward him, and he goes, "Smell odd."
Do I? I mean, I had a bath like recently.
He nods and says, "You smell like a dragon."
Well, Did we have this discussion yet, Klaus, where I told you I was a dragon and you're like, maybe. I feel like that's a thing.
He nods and
we talked
says,
about.
"We had a conversation similar to that, yes."
Yeah, something like that.
It confuses me.
Well, I also have a favor to ask of you, Klaus.
The giant head nods.
Would you perhaps know of my parents? And I regurgitate their names. I have them written down, but
Well, apparently he can't roll for shit.
Mm.
He shakes his head and says, "But if this is information you would like, I will find it."
oh, thank you. Is it
No, thank
gonna
you.
cost me anything, or?
I think you've made payment enough.
Oh,
You've saved the
okay.
world, after all.
We sure did do that.
Like, the back ends of his lizarding mouth curl up and show his massive, like, 6-foot long teeth. But you think he's smiling at you, or he may be about to eat you. You're hoping it's a smile.
Smile, please be a smile, please be a smile.
Oh, all right. I'm not mute.
Nope.
Any other requests to be made of me?
Can I make my request later? I'm not sure what exactly I need, but I know there will come a day when I need something. Some kind of information.
He leans in really close to Layla, like his giant fucking eye, like one of them swimming over to you. So then you realize you were smaller than each of his eyes. And his rumbling voice, like the gold glitters and falls out of the giant horn. He says, "I am not willing to make open-ended contracts. You may bring me a request in the future, and I will consider it at that time. But I reserve the right to say no."
Okay,
Missed.
that sounds fair.
Mr. Clout, I do have a request. I may be so bold. Would
Sure.
you happen to
Huge head swings over to you.
Would you happen to have anything of any items from hell or from the plains of hell that you'd be willing to either loan me or let me borrow or have, whichever.
He looks to Belial. And Belial flips through a notebook. Points to something, looks at Clouth and nods. And Clouth says, "If you would like an item attuned to the plane of hell rather than the nice boots you found, you are welcome to exchange them. But yes, I do have a tuning fork for hell. At one point I thought I might go there and kill Tiamat, become god of dragons, but I lost interest."
I mean, if you want to kill Asmodeus, we'll help.
He looks at you and goes, "That's a fool's gambit, Layla."
I thought I would offer.
We're on your side, Klaus. Whenever you want to pull the trigger, just let us know.
Oh, well, having allies capable of saving the world may make me recalculate my urge to become a god.
I think I will take that tuning fork. No, regretfully leave these shoes.
He nods to like a giant pile of tuning forks. Like it's like 15 feet tall behind a huge mountain of gold. It's in there.
I can
Third one down from the top.
give back my marvelous pigments. If you
Oh, why?
really
They're
want
so
your...
marvelous.
I mean, Yeah, they're kind of deep, but like, I don't know if I would ever use them.
It's
You
so
can paint
right.
You can
things
give
and
them
they
to the
become
kids.
real.
I'm sure
Okay.
our
actually,
children would appreciate them.
yeah, I think the painting of bringing things into real life with the magic of paint is probably better than haste boots, for lack of a better word.
Oh, Layla, or just anyone. This offer is open to anyone, but I have too many items that I'm attuned to. So does anybody want my +1 to everything dice that I got?
+1 to everything dice? Explain.
I mean, maybe.
It's +1 to all of your skills and all of your stats.
Ooh, yes.
Pretty good
Unless
die.
Calric needs it.
It's +1 to all your skills and all your saving throws, I think.
Oh, is it saving throws? Oh,
It's
yeah.
and then it does require attunement.
Yeah, you gotta attune to them. And I'm full up.
I don't know how many things I'm attuned to. I think I'm also full. I'll have to look. No, because I gave the Morning Star to Moloch, which turned into Buster.
Mhm.
Hmm.
You can attune to 3 things, right?
Yeah, 3. I've got Fidelius. I've got the badge. I feel like there is something else, but I don't know.
Are we attuned to the... Wait, what bad? The...
Greater.
Our little...
Not Greater. The other thing.
The Ring of Protection?
Yeah, that one.
Do we have to attune to that?
Yes.
Oh. Well, I guess mine hasn't been working for a while.
Never mind.
Need to...
All right. Any other questions, comments, concerns, anything for Klaus? Anybody?
I'm good.
Yeah,
Well,
nothing comes to mind. Mm-hmm.
I'd rather not bring up how we exactly saved the world, so I'm good.
Well, that's why I just asked into the dragon and didn't say anything.
Cool. All right. So after a foray into Klaus's chamber and making a bunch of or gaining a bunch of new, really cool magic items, is there anything else anybody wants to do before we have a conversation with Asmodeus?
I told myself I was gonna. I think Kelrick will see if that awkward child that from way back when he was like level 3 or 4, would like to have another tea setting.
Sure. Yeah. The way I described her before was like it's like have you ever seen an interview with a child actor and you're like this person is far too adult to be a 9-year-old?
Mm-hmm.
She's like that. It's just like, and her mother behaves like her servant. But yeah, if you want to have tea with her again, you are welcome to. I don't know if there's anything specific you want to ask her or do with her.
No, just tea. And then also I would like to check up on our friend in the bay.
Yes. He
so
was.
Just do that now.
So Kelric can just go walk out into the water and turn into a fish person, basically.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's probably like I think if this were a TV show, we would have a scene where Kelric has to deal with something that you guys fought the first time you went into the bay to talk to the dragon there.
Giant octopus.
Yeah, but like Kelric is fucking 15th level now. So like there's nothing in that bay that like is a threat to him. So there's
what are
probably
you doing in the bay, Kelric?
I'm going to go visit our bronze friend.
Oh, I want to come too. I'm coming with you.
Okay.
Well, do you have a magical means with which to
I
breathe
have a
underwater?
potion of water breathing that I've been
Colby.
holding on to.
So you could
Hey.
knock that bad boy back.
So I'm just gonna throw that out here. I can also turn you into a fish
That's okay. I'm good.
because I have animal forms now.
No, I'd rather keep my arms and legs that I use for stabbing things. So it's fine.
Cool.
Go see
Uh,
Zalafarn.
Zelfarm, yeah. So like I said, same thing. There's still some kind of scene where like a bunch of zombies come out of a fucking crack in the earth and an ancient sunken temple, or like a giant squid or a huge mutant weird whale attacks the pair of you. But
If
your
it's
15th
something
level,
edible, I want to cut it up and bring some
sure,
of it back
then
with
it's
us.
definitely something edible. Giant calamari, done.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
Yummy.
But it would be like a montage scene. Like it would be like a quick scene in the episode where it just shows you guys annihilating whatever it is. Like like it comes after you and like Chris rushes out and draws her swords and like starts carving into it, and then like the shot would be over the creature's shoulder as Chris is rushing toward it, and Kelric just turns into something bigger behind her. like,
Wow.
oh, it's a giant whale. What eats giant whales? Yeah, I'm gonna be that.
And then it skips over to like after when we keep walking and there's just this corpse of whatever behind.
Yeah, like pieces of it floating away and a bunch of little feeder fish rushing toward it, and Chris has
Oh
a
my
bag
God.
full of pieces of it.
Yum, yum.
But it would be a really quick scene. He was like Canadian or Wisconsin or something, right?
Yeah.
I think he was
Hang on.
Canadian.
Oh, don't you know
Midwestern or
there? Okay.
something.
Well, hey there, old chums. It's good to see you. I'm glad to be back in my old ship. Oh, now he's Irish. I'm glad to be back in my ship. Then, like, it was real unlucky when that lady had to come and chain me up before I went insane and murdered the whole city.
Oh, do we have to unlock
Yeah.
Oh, don't you know?
That's a good thing that didn't
No,
happen.
you find him at his ship and he's like, "Oh no, your friend what's her name?
Vajra.
Vajra. She came and explained everything to me, don't you know, and basically said, well, if I don't chain you up, you might go crazy and murder everything. So I let her chain me up.
Oh, well, that was nice of you.
All right, buddy.
I'm glad you're very rational that way. Do you have plans for the next time it hits?
He says, well, I heard a bunch of them gold dragons, they went and had some kind of conclave and they all put each other to sleep. They had like a nap, so they just slept through the whole thing.
Oh, yeah, we saw
So
them.
I think I'm gonna go up there and have a nap if it comes again. Just
Okay.
curl myself up next to another dragon and have myself a good sleep, buddy. All right. But I'm glad to see y'all folks are okay and save the world, don't you know?
Hmm.
Hey, where's that little feller? I liked him.
Well, which one?
The little
Talking
one.
about Buster.
Yeah, with the feathers. Buster, yeah, where's that one?
Oh.
He's back at the house.
Oh, should have brought him along.
Visiting his son.
Well, you know what? You give him this. And he like swims down into the ship that where he keeps his hoard and vanishes for a while and comes back up with like a silver fork.
Aw.
Like
Good.
clutched between his giant teeth, and he like lets it go and it drifts down into one of your hands, and he's like, but no, I'm doing quite all right, and I'm hoping the ship sinks soon so I can take all the stuff and put it away in my hoard.
Sounds like a good plan.
He nods. I hear that there's these these dragons that look like turtles, turtle dragon turtle, something like that out there.
Mhm.
I think maybe we should move one of them up here in the bay. They'd be sinking ships for me all day.
Well, some of the
The
ships
city
do
wouldn't
actually have to
appreciate that,
reach
though.
the port, yeah.
He shrugs. Like his giant wings.
Oh, but here you can have this, and Kelric will give him 2 gems worth 50 GP each for his collection.
Oh, quite shiny, and he scoops them up and swims away with them. Comes back a minute later, and he's like, "Oh, I really appreciate that. That helps build the whole hoard up there. If you gotta find a mate, gotta have a hoard. That's what my dad used to say." He's Irish again. I think he's been Irish the whole time. I can't get out of the Irish accent, guys. I'm trapped.
Oh, just think about "Don't you know?" and "I'm sorry."
Oh, sorry, don't you know?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Boot.
But
Well,
he,
So you're doing. You gotta be like, so you're doing this then, eh?
listen, so glad to see the group of you came over to visit though, and I appreciate you adding to the hoard there. Them gems definitely worth more than that fork. Gonna get me a lady yet?
Aw, I hope you do.
Ulrich wonders briefly if dragons are like penguins.
Maybe.
Okay.
Do
Maybe
they
a little
need like
bit.
that perfect?
Yeah, like the pile of rocks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The pebble and the penguin.
Or maybe it's more like bowerbirds. They just kind of build like a very impressive setting.
Oh, that's
Neatly sort all of your jewels. All the red
But
ones.
he
over
he
here,
looks at the
the
group
blue
of
ones
you and
over
is
there.
like, "Well, I'm glad you're all alive and not dead, and the world is saved. You know, so that's
Mhm.
good. Anything else I can do to help you out there?"
I will. I know he's very young, but I will ask if he's heard lore of the dragon thingy, the bone dragon.
His huge head shakes back and forth and like bubbles come off of it.
Oh,
No, you know, I mean, I know about the dragon rage. That happens, you know, every few hundred years or so, and most of the times, dragons, the good ones, we just go take a nap, you know.
What do the bad ones do? Do they just
Oh,
stay
they
where
tend to burn things and eat people and that kind of thing.
Oh, they just don't prepare.
You know, don't you know?
That's the
I
only
don't.
difference. They
He,
don't
he
prep.
shrugs. They're not as organized, you know. Like the good dragons, we can get together and talk, and you know, because we're not trying to steal each other's stuff or
Oh, yeah.
enslave people. But them evil ones, like them reds and them blacks, they can't have a conversation without trying to murder each other.
Okay,
You know, that's the way it is there.
don't you know?
Don't you know? Anyway, well, I appreciate you swimming all the way out here to visit me now.
That's what I
Yeah.
wanted to do. Maybe we can
Thought
pick up
I'd
some stuff
come.
for the crab lady on the way back.
See
No, it's
my dragon
right.
pal.
Crab lady. All right then. Good, good.
You know the thing we were in last time we saw you.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, I think a ship may have sunk over there, so I'm gonna swim that way for a bit, and you guys have a good day now. Okay.
Have fun.
He sort of starts to awkwardly move off in a random direction, like he doesn't know how to end the conversation. Cool. Yeah, he's
is
fine.
out of dialogue.
This NPC, this dungeon master was not expecting that.
Something else the Duster Master isn't expecting.
Yep.
You remember Aranak? You know how we kind of accidentally had to kill him once?
Mhm.
And then twice?
Who's Aranak?
He's the
The old man dragon.
The gold dragon.
He exploded in the desert several thousand miles away.
Yes.
And then Layla brought him back to life, though.
And then Layla brought him back to life, and then we had to kill him again.
Did we have to kill him again? I thought you just brought him back to life once.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you didn't have to.
Yeah. I thought you
This
like
happened in the
reincarnated
cabin.
him as like a little baby dragon or something.
No, I thought I brought him back to life once, but I thought he was still raged, so we knocked him out. Did we knock him out or did we kill him?
No, we just left.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are we all sure about this? Because he blew up.
Yeah, I
Layla
resurrected him.
brought him back to life, and then we ran away very fast.
Yeah, I was like, oh god.
I remember you making a point of him exploding, but then Layla saved him because
I got that revivify shit.
Yeah, and that's where we left him.
Yes. We can hear
you. Okay, good. Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, well, then he's not dead, it sounds like.
Oh, okay. Well, then I don't have to go and, like, tree resurrect him then, or whatever. Never mind. I don't have a thing to do.
Okay.
I was going to resurrect him, but if he's already alive, I don't have to do that.
Yeah, I don't think we killed him again. I think you just brought him back to life and we ran.
Okay.
Yeah, you
We
left
were like, good luck, you guys who live in this tower. Don't go upstairs.
I just
I don't know.
remember being drunk. That's all I remember. And then Jesse's character betraying us all. That's what I do remember.
Yeah.
We had to
Yeah, that was
smoke
the next day. That was fun.
Enjoyable.
So anyway, anything else?
I would like to talk to Vincent Trench.
Yeah, you're gonna hire him to go check out the who's it? The Hope's End?
Yeah.
The bar? Yep.
Yeah.
I said that's easy enough. You pay him 50 gold. He agrees to go look at the bar. The next day he comes back to you and basically tells you that nobody has ever heard of the old man that's supposed to be a regular there. He hung around for a day.
Spooky.
Nobody came and drank there. He talked to a few of the locals. No one knows who he is.
I'll actually
Never
go
heard
with
the name.
Jordan for that trip because I think I have some time.
Okay. Well, Jordan doesn't go to the Hope's End. He just hires Vincent to go for him.
Mm.
And that's
Yeah.
the information Vincent will bring back. He has nobody has any idea who this person you're talking about is.
Insight check. I'm kidding. All right. I guess that's where this hope ends. All right. I think that's all I need to do for now.
I'm debating on whether I should point this out to you guys or not.
Whoa.
Do you want to make a skill-based
Mhm.
roll for it?
Yeah, everybody just make an
Mhm.
intelligence check.
Aha. Intelligence.
Intelligent.
We're a smart group, guys. Oh, okay, there it is. Curtis saves the day. Okay. Curtis and Buster pulling through. Okay. The three of you realize that I don't remember. Like, it's up to you if your characters were there during the conversation or not. But nobody ever asked Vajra who the fuck this guy was or how she learned about him or anything about it. Nobody ever,
Okay.
when you guys were talking to her, when you went back and she gave you fancy elven wine, you got a little drunk. Nobody ever asked her about Hope's End or the NPC elf guy whose name I've forgotten.
Oops. Well, that was an oversight.
There was a lot
Pretty
going on.
sure he's just the devil, though.
Oh,
like-
but I'm into that.
Well, yeah, but not for don't keep that out of our questing business.
I mean, Curtis could go ask because Curtis probably remembers.
Curtis, you need
I
to
could. Ask what?
existence of the dude. If he's a tizzer, you know, what's his deal?
You're cutting out.
Uh,
How about the existence of the dude? What's his deal?
somebody's
Hmm.
gonna go ask Vajra about Hope's End.
I'll come with.
basically. Okay. She has no idea what you're talking about.
Mm? Mm?
Could I zone of truth?
Mm?
Could that work?
Do you ask Vajra that, or you just start casting the spell?
I mean, I could try casting it, but I'm sure she'd notice something as awry.
Yeah, she's gonna know you're casting a spell is the thing. And you have to remember, probably the highest level wizard in the city of Waterdeep.
Hmm. All right.
So you might want to be like, "Can I zone of truth? Can I just zone of truth you?" I tell you what, she would willingly fail the saving throw. And then so you guys go to the Black Tower
Did you come up with
Black Staff Tower. Jesus Christ!
Tower.
That's
Black Staff
amazing.
Tower.
The weird door opens in the
Mhm.
obsidian
Black
walls. She
Staff.
lets you in. You begin asking questions about Hope's End. She seems confused, doesn't know what you're talking about. Curtis casts Zone of Truth. She willingly fails the saving throw, Curtis, so like it has effect on her. And
Mhm.
she just looks at you and shrugs and like takes her glasses off and puts them on her desk and goes, "I have no idea what you're talking about."
Let's see. Well,
Did
that was
you-
a dead end.
Anything about an old elf or a bar in the dock ward called Hope's End?
Do you remember talking to me?
We talk all the time, Layla.
I mean, and when I was down there and we were talking about how to turn off the mythol.
She shakes her head and goes, I remember you sending me a message saying that the way to turn off the mythol was to release an undead dragon.
No, I mean before that.
Before that, the last time I spoke to you as a group was when Chris was in my office and I yelled at her. Or, I'm sorry, it was Kelrick. Kelrick was in my office and I yelled at him.
So you didn't get a sending message between that time?
She shakes her head. No.
Well then, who the hell was I talking to?
It was Asmodeus!
And
Oh,
how?
it's phone.
He intercepted it somehow!
And how did it sound like you?
Ah,
She just looks at the group of you guys confused and goes, I'm sorry, but yeah, I don't know how the spell was intercepted or who you spoke with, but talking to a really old elf in some shitty bar does not sound like a good way to solve a problem to me.
Hmm.
What you got?
Well, we didn't use that idea.
She shrugs.
Bad news.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
scary man.
If you're dealing with Asmodeus and his cultists, the capabilities they have to bend and meld the weave may be different than what we can do. So
Oh, boy.
she
That's
shrugs.
comforting.
Perhaps someone intercepted your message, but I did not receive it.
Hmm.
Looks over at Kelrick, sus. Are you Kelrick? Do you know anything? Are you Asmodeus? Come here, let me smell you.
Could be
She
any one
goes
of us.
over and she like sniffs your neck. She's like,
Well, Kelrick's a dog right now.
I think Kelrick probably always smells like pine needles and a spring rain.
Aw.
Aw, that's so nice.
yeah, I think she's just like,
That's
Like
much
smelling.
better than what I was
I think
gonna
that's
add
like the
today.
noose around his neck that he always wears. I think the smell is one of those things that holds over even through his beast shape.
No sulfur smell. He smells like Kelrick.
Like the sexy beast he is.
Still sniffing.
Kelrick licks your face.
Oh my.
I can't do these things in beast form. It's just not right.
Like all of the strange possibilities begin running through Layla's head, and then she quickly shakes them off.
No.
She's like, maybe not, but maybe, maybe not.
She zips up her coat. She's just like,
Kelrick's just sitting there, like, happily panting. He always seems more jovial when he's a dog.
Red Rocket.
No.
But yeah, no, Vajra has no idea what you guys are like. She did not receive that message. She did not tell you guys to go to Hope's End and talk to some old elf.
Wow, you just went ahead and said it.
Okay, so
All right then.
okay, so thinking about like what we were trying to do, or at least what they were trying to make us do, it's like talk to somebody in Hope's End or whatever, to either delay us on.
Delaying us on closing out the mythol problem.
Yeah.
Dragon Rage, right?
Yeah, so-
Oh, yeah.
Or they were trying to get us to make a deal that would compromise our good moral values, or both. But
Layla walks over and hugs Jordan. Oh, you're so smart.
I mean, I'm not smart. Okay, I'll just lean into the hug.
Aw.
She's too weak to resist.
Pretty much. Yeah, you look like a raisin. Like, I was putting so much, like, creams and masks and, like, all kinds of oils trying to get you poofed back up, and it's taking time. This is you're my hardest work yet. In fact, I got a guy. And she slips you a card.
I
Bow tie?
No. It's the oh god, what was his name?
Masseuse?
The
Yeah,
masseuse.
the masseuse.
I forget
I
his
don't
name.
remember.
I'm gonna have to look at the notes. But anyway, it's his card.
Adam. His name's Adam.
Adam, that's right. Oh, you
Why
can
don't I
also
wear-
go see Eve, but I mean, Eve is kind of weird. I prefer Adam.
I'll take your word for it.
Hmm.
See Eve, the weird one.
No, Adam! Jesus.
Oh, okay. You don't want me to get all weird with Eve. Got it. Okay, fine. I will check out Adam, and he will help me get to my 100%, I'm sure. But
Yeah, you can go have
I
a
don't want-
massage if you want.
I mean,
Cool.
Eve is perfectly good, but she is the weird one. Like, if you're into weird, like, she is. She might actually be better at catering to rogues. Yep, to rogues.
Cool. So eventually, you guys leave Vajra's office when she explains to you that she did not provide that information. Anything else that anybody wants to do before we go to Curtis and his nap?
I'm ready for whatever
I'm-
Curtis
okay.
is happening.
I want to go to the church real quick, and I'll just text what I'm doing.
Cool. So Curtis, you wanted to try to have a conversation with Asmodeus, which is something that, for you at least, has not happened in a while, a few weeks. You haven't spoken to him in quite some time. But based on what the others have told you, if you think about him clearly and then fall asleep, he will appear in your dreams.
I see.
So Curtis decides he has some questions for Asmodeus, which you've not told me the question, so I haven't prepped this ahead of time. And focusing on Asmodeus, lays down one night or one afternoon for a nap, and as you begin to drift off gently to sleep, there's a heavy creak at the end of your bed, like at the foot of your bed. And when your eyes snap open to take a look at what it is, you can see in a long leather coat, no shirt, and a pair of leather pants with no shoes, the sleeves cut off his shirt, perched on the end of your bed on the balls of his feet, like on the footboard of the bed, sort of looking at you, is the figure of Asmodeus, though he has the ruby rod, which you have seen him carrying more often recently, or the others have, in his lap, and a pair of little red horns sticking. Yes, 100%. But he's like he's absolutely, like, his body is supremely perfect, and it seems like it's always like lit in a way that makes him look more fit and more attractive than he actually is. And he is like a superhumanly attractive creature. So despite his sort of odd style of dress and sleeveless leather jacket that spills out behind him behind the floor, there is a moment of like, ooh, okay. He can wear whatever the fuck he wants, and it's still pretty. But he's just like perched, like I said, on the balls of his feet, like a bird, at the foot of your bed. Then he looks over at you as your eyes snap open. You assume you're in the dream at this point, but you're not sure because you're still in your bedroom at the severed head. And as you look up at him, he just goes, "Well, hello there."
Oh, so it does work.
He shrugs. Think evil thoughts.
Yes, well, been doing a lot of thinking lately.
He nods. He reaches into like the coat and pulls out like a little silver cigarette case, and he goes, "This isn't real, so do you mind if I smoke?" And the cigarette case clicks open.
No, in fact, do you mind if I join you?
He holds the cigarette case out to you.
Okay, I think he's gonna take it and light it, but I don't know what Asmodeus would light it with.
He just holds up his index finger and a little light fire appears on the end of it.
Ah!
He lights yours, and then he lights his, and he takes a drag, and he goes, so, Mr. Curtis, what can I help you with?
Well,
It's a bit late to make deal.
I know. I've just been doing a lot of thinking, The dragon rage is taken care of, and, everyone seems to be moving on to the next phase of their lives, and I think maybe I probably should too. Seeing Buster leave his patron has sort of inspired me in a way. I mean, his life has improved exponentially.
He nods and goes, maybe you start a new cult.
Maybe. But
Asmodeus cult. You're better.
Everyone's moving on. They don't need me anymore. And frankly, no one seems to like me anymore. And I kind of miss that. And, maybe if I jump ship, I can have what I used to have. And I can have what Buster has and make good with my family again. As it is, worshipping Kazef has seemed to bring me nothing but misery.
Yes, Kazef is not really a god. Not really the kind to answer prayers. More like the kind to eat you for praying to him. Perhaps that was your mistake.
Yeah.
Pick a better god. So,
well,
you
if you have any ideas.
He smiles like a wicked, sharp-toothed smile,
Mm-hmm.
and says, so you want reconnection with your son, people to like you again, people to love you.
That sounds lovely. I figured if anyone could make this happen, it'd probably be you. Maybe my life would improve, who knows?
He smiles and says, well, there's very little I can't make happen when I set my mind to it. Yes, and in trade for improved life, you would be willing to give?
Depends what it is, but I'm open to most anything at this point. I feel like I've pretty much lost everything I could already.
He sort of stops and thanks, and he goes, well, I could offer to take your soul, but one soul is not really worth much. And your friends have kind of already destroyed the idea I had with the dragon mythol, so how about a task?
All right. Let's see what I can do.
I'll give you a simple task. You remember a man who came and visited you a few weeks ago? He was very angry about something you had promised him, and he was going to go find it.
Vaguely.
Carthos. He was part of the cult that you made for Kezref. I want you to get a knife for him and give it to him.
Well, that sounds like it could be done.
He nods. It is a special knife. It is kept in the Temple of Mistra in the city of Waterdeep. Make deal with you then. You give man knife. I give you a son, love of friends. I shower you with gold.
Sure. I don't see how it could go any more bottom from here.
He smiles.
Do we shake on it?
Oh, no, it's a bit more formal than that. He holds out his hand, and a long scroll just appears out of fire in his hand. You'll need to sign this.
Just make sure you read it first. I know I'm not there, but please read it first.
Well, you know Kurt's not going to.
I mean, the basics of what it says is that you will go to the Temple of Mystra, retrieve a dagger called the Arcanist Blade, and deliver it to your former cultist member, whose name is Karthos, the Tiefling. That's it.
Okay. Can I do I have to sign with like a dream pen, or just can I put my cigarette out on the scroll all cool like?
I think that's cooler. Yeah. So you lean forward with the cigarette that Asmodeus has given you and put it out on the scroll, and it burns your name across the scroll, like in Curtis's signature. He goes, "Good. Deal done. Your friends will enjoy your company more, and I expect your son will be visiting soon."
No, thank you.
Oh, as an addendum, if you fail to give the dagger to Karthos, I get your soul.
It's not a threat.
And then you snap awake
Mhm.
in your empty room, though there's the vague scent of cigarette smoke still hanging in the air.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh.
Cool. I wasn't expecting that at all. I
I know. I didn't want to tell anyone.
thought Curtis was gonna try to get information out of Asmodeus. Like I thought you were gonna try to like outsmart him or like worm your way in and be clever. Nah, you're like, I'm here to make a deal, bro.
Are you
Not
super
what I
excited about that?
expected
I thought it was
at
more
all.
fun if I kept everyone on their toes.
Mhm. It's
Cool.
been
Yeah,
so
guys,
hard to.
how are we going to get renewed for another season if we don't keep
Yeah.
it fresh?
I mean, I already had shit planned for 5 levels, but fuck that, we're doing this now.
Fuck.
Oh,
That's
it's
all.
been
That's
so
all.
hard to keep it secret. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I had all these, like I said, I had all these ideas where I thought Curtis was gonna be like, "What were you doing with this? Can I make an insight check on Asmodeus? What about this?" Like, or try to get him to slip in some way, because Curtis is very charming and very intelligent. I thought maybe he would try to outcharm or outsmart Asmodeus.
I didn't even
And
think it was possible.
I had this whole idea where you and him would have a battle of wits, and instead, you signed a deal with him. Cool. So yeah, Curtis, you need to go to the Temple of Mystra in the city of Waterdeep. They have a dagger there called the Arcanist Blade. You need to retrieve that, and then you need to find Karthos, who is your former cultist mate. What wasn't particularly important to the cult, but important enough that you vaguely remember him. And you need to give it to him. It's a simple task. What I will say, and let me see if I can get buy-in from the other players really quickly. If you guys are comfortable with it, during this time, I would like to say that anything that Curtis presents just seems like a really good idea, and your guys' emotions toward Curtis have just shifted slightly more positive and more trusting. It's up to you guys as players. If that doesn't work, I will come up with something else that, like, I'll give Curtis some cool abilities. But if you guys are willing to lean into it, I would say that this, yeah, temporarily at least.
Just to clarify, all of us trust Curtis just a little bit more, right?
You just trust him a little bit more. You like the things he says. Like, you just kind of remember how charming and pleasant Curtis is.
You know
Yeah.
the
I mean,
the
now that
Telltale
this
game?
world ending. I'm
Okay.
sorry. Go, Kelric.
I said, you guys know the Telltale games?
Few.
the-
Kind of.
You'll remember this.
No, I feel like after Asmodeus says it's deal, like everyone likes this pops up on the top.
Yeah, and again, that's only as long as you guys as players are comfortable role playing that way.
I'm fine with it.
I don't
Yeah, I
want
don't
to take
care.
control of your characters. Okay.
Yeah, if it
Cool.
seems too easy, like you can totally fight me on it.
Chris, you like Curtis a lot. Everybody just likes Curtis more right now.
What happened?
He made a deal
Oh
with
my God.
Asmodeus
Oh, okay, cool.
while you were gone. So it's
Nice.
just all of his friends. Like you just trust him a bit more, and like you're kind of
Oh.
willing to do what he says a bit more.
Mm,
Like he can't give you commands, but whenever he makes an argument, there's like we should do this thing. Like
that sounds a little bit more reasonable.
Are we long-term
Uh,
charmed by him?
Yeah. Yes, you're basically long-term charmed by Curtis.
Ooh, Curtis. You know who I need to talk to right now? I need to go find Curtis. What is that cutie doing? What is he doing?
Oh, this is uncomfortable.
You asked
Oh,
for this.
is he
I did.
upstairs, guys? I think he's upstairs. I'm gonna go upstairs and just totally like sneak a peek. So Layla's gonna like sneak up the stairs and try to sneak in his room.
Make a stealth check.
Oh my god. Cute.
Okay.
She's not real
Curtis,
sneaky.
after you wake up from your nap, we'll say, you can hear your bedroom door creak open, and you look over and you can see Layla just peeking around the corner.
And then she
Yes.
runs and or she like walks in really quietly and then jumps in the bed. She's like, "Hi,
Hello.
how are you?"
I'm doing fine. Had a good nap alone.
Oh, a good nap alone? Oh, you poor thing. Oh, I should have had a nap with. Let's have another nap, but let's have one together because you can't be alone. You saved
know
the
what? I think
world,
I'm-
Curtis. You saved the world.
You know, we all did.
Yes.
It was a group effort.
Yes, which means you can't sleep alone. Come on,
No,
let's
I'll
have
take
a
that in-
nap.
I'll take that into consideration tonight, but I think there's things to do today.
No, naps first.
I think he's gonna get up and do his business, whatever. What was this
Okay.
like the middle of the day, or
That's up to you.
is this the next morning?
Sure. So like Curtis just goes about getting ready. I will say during that same evening, Kelric, you go to bed, or you go into your bedroom, and through the door, as your hand like touches the knob, you hear a noise, like a bunch of cards being shuffled together.
Cat's super excited. Calric opens.
There's a little gnome sitting on the floor in the middle of your bedroom with a bunch of very simple, very worn looking black cards with pictures, tarot cards with white drawn pictures on them laid out in front of you. And he looks up at you and goes, "Hello, my name is Robin, and I understand you have some issue with dark, strange prophecy."
Yeah.
He
Didn't I see you before?
He sweeps his hand and like all the cards sort of collect themselves into a deck, and he puts it down in front of them and he goes, it's possible. We travel a lot.
Oh.
Anyway, prophecy. Klauth, well, anyway, basically Finn. You guys know Finn?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I mean, Klauth was said to me that you needed help, but I mean, that guy's a red dragon. I don't know about him. But when I talked to Finn about it, Finn said it was important. And even though I'm kind of busy, Finn's a nice guy. A little awkward, but he's a nice guy. Anyway, I'm going to help you with that. Come sit down.
Okay. Did Calric's doing that? How did he get in my? Okay.
Yeah. You come and sit down like in front of him, and he throws 3 cards out in front of you really quickly and goes, Oh, you're fine.
Thanks.
He points to one of the cards and he goes, sorry, this one, that's the devil, but it's inverted. which means like trickery or somebody trying to fool you. And then he goes to the cards and he basically explains that whatever prophecy was told to you was entirely dependent on your decisions, and it looks like you've already made the decision to not do whatever it was. So all the fire and death and stuff is not going to happen. Good job.
Yay.
You mean it's just over?
He shrugs. And he goes, that's what the cards say, and they haven't lied to me yet. But, and he points to one of the cards and he goes, the devil card, and he sort of taps it and he goes, what's the deal with you and Asmodeus?
Like, Kelric like physically leans back. Like, either you're really lucky or you're really good.
He shakes his head and goes, Chosen of Desna got a fate and dreams. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. But speaking of dreams, is that's what this card says. Asmodeus, he comes to you in your dreams.
Yeah, well...
He nods and he goes, well, Finn says I should help. Go lay on the bed and go sleep.
Okay. While you're watching?
Actually, I was going to lay down next to you.
Oh.
The size difference.
It would be very dramatic, yeah. And he goes, we don't have to, like, hold hands or anything. I just need to go to sleep at the same time you do.
Oh, okay. That's fine. I'm gonna...
Good.
Okay.
And he stands up and...
He turns into a dog and sleeps that way.
He looks at you and, like, shrugs. And you see, like, unbuckles his, he has, like, an overshirt on. He takes it off so that he just has an undershirt and rolls up his sleeves. You can see, like, scars all up his arms. Like, he's covered in them. And he just, like, the dog leaps up on the bed, lays down. He goes over and just sort of lays down on the bed next to you, like, crosses his hands, takes a deep breath, and then exhales like he's focusing on something and just lays there on his on the bed next to you. So
Heard. I love this. A+ for Robbins.
Okay. So Kelric and Robin fall asleep next to each other on the bed. And Kelric, you wake up in a memory you have from being a dog with the... I don't know how much I'm allowed to give away. With the little girl. It's a happy memory you have with being a dog with that little girl, like running around in a green field somewhere, playing with a toy. She's got a doll clutched in one hand and is like throwing a ball with the other hand. You run off and grab the ball, and when you come back, standing where the little girl is Asmodeus. Similar to the appearance that he had for Curtis. And he looks down at you and goes, "Hello, Kelric. Yeah, this is a strange dream." And then
Treated like immediately.
from behind you, you hear a voice go, "Asmodeus, you're not allowed here anymore." And he stops and he turns slowly behind him and looks behind him. And you can see Robin standing there in their nightshirt with the scars and goes, "Yeah, you need to go away." And he looks at them confused and goes, "Little friend, you are a minnow in the ocean, and you are not aware of how deep it is or what lurks below you." And Robin nods and goes, "Most of the time, that's probably true, but this is a dream. And I happen," and he holds out one hand and the deck appears in his hand, "to be the chosen of Desna." Do you know what Desna is the goddess of? And you see Asmodeus takes a step back, like towards you, but away from Robin. Which is like the most confusing thing fucking Kelric has ever seen. And he goes, Robin says, and in the dreams may be an ocean, but here I'm not a minnow. I'm a fucking shark. And Asmodeus just vanishes. He just disappears out of your dream. And Robin looks at you and nods, and the deck of cards vanishes. And he goes, right. So, no more Asmodeus in your dreams. Pretty sure he's responsible for your whole, like, I don't know, gonna destroy the world prophecy. He probably made it up. That's like his shtick. When you wake up, I'm gonna be gone, because that's what I'm supposed to do.
Cole jumps up and licks his face.
And then like the dream, like he's sort of like in a puff of purpley smoke. Like right after you lick his face, he just vanishes. And the little girl reappears, and the happy dream picks up where it left off with her playing with you. And when Kelric wakes up, the little gnome is gone with his deck of cards.
Dang.
Because everywhere else in the world, he's just Robin. But in the dream, when you're
He's
the
a fucking
chosen,
shark.
when you're the chosen of the goddess of dreams, you're a fucking shark.
Ooh.
Oh, he's so no nonsense like that. That's great.
It's very like it's hard because it's one character who is two characters. Um, anyway, anything else you guys need to do, or like the week passes.
I think
Other than that, like theft at Candlekeep, which was super weird, like nobody calls on you. You can just sort of go through your day-to-day life and like play with the kids. And Ira wants training, and Nat wants to learn how to get better with swords, and like life just kind of happens for a while. Which there's this dichotomy for all of the characters where everything is very boring and like slow because there's no imminent threat of something crushing and murdering you, or destroying the world, or blowing anything up, or for Kelric, no more constant dreams of I think Kelric's had more dreams of Asmodeus than anybody else. But for Kelric, no more dreams of Asmodeus. Like it just stops. Like you don't even have nightmares about him anymore, where it doesn't appear to actually be him. It just like everything kind of, it's this like pressure valve that's been building up for months, and it all just sort of lets go over the course of the 10 days that you guys have. And stuff happens in the city. There are thefts and like going ons, but like nothing that like imminently requires the group's attention.
I feel like Kelric just fucking relaxes.
I think Layla finally goes and visits Azriel's interment.
Sure, he probably just has a grave that the church paid for, so he's not like interred in a crypt.
He is interred in a crypt.
Oh, okay.
He's fancy.
Okay, then is it like a family crypt, or is it like, was he that important to the church?
I think he was that important to the local sect.
I mean, the local sect of the church, like this is probably the biggest church to Soon in the Sword Coast.
Yeah, he was pretty important.
Okay, so then, yeah, he has a Temple of Soon paid for, very fancy, very beautiful white and pink marble crypt in the City of the Dead.
Yeah, I'll probably go there. And, probably spend some coin and, see if I can get him to come back for a minute. Summon Celestial.
Sure, he appears in the crypt.
You sure you don't want to come back?
He smiles at you and he goes, I mean, I come when you call, Layla, but like life is just life, and there's more beyond that, dear. We've had this conversation.
Yeah, but we can't have conjugal visits this way.
He smiles and laughs, and he goes, "I do miss being conjugal,
Well, maybe. Wait a second.
but our love transcends planes. It transcends existence. You don't need me to be alive. Like, Layla, I just want you to be happy and healthy and not obsessed with our relationship. There's more to life than just you and me."
But how about that conjugal visit? I mean, I'm here, and you're here,
I mean,
and it's dark.
I physically can't do that in this form.
Damn it.
But if you could get a tuning fork to the astral sea and find the divine gate that would let you into Soon's realm, then you could come visit, because you are, frankly, she really likes you. Like, it's you and what's the guy that's the head, or I said guy, but person, individual, the agendered creature that is the head of your order. I forget what they're called.
I forget their name.
Okay, he says their official title. It's you and them. Like, there's nobody that has a better connection to her than you.
All right, I need to find a tuning fork so I can go there, and then we can have sex. We don't have to have a relationship, but like, I just want to remember.
he laughs and he looks at you and goes, "Layla, I love you and I'll always love you and I want us to be together, but there'll be a time when we're together and like it, you know."
Yeah. You don't want to be resurrected, but like, I'm gonna find this tuning fork and I'll visit you. For
No,
a day.
I don't want you to be obsessed about me. I want you to go and live your life and enjoy it. You're like, how old is Layla? Like 20 something?
Yeah, I don't know. She's like probably 28-ish, 20,
Okay.
26.
He's like,
I
you're
don't know.
gonna live for another 70 years as long as no more world-ending things happen that kill you.
Well,
And
Oh,
if
yeah.
you die, you will just come be in Soon's land with me. Like, it's not that I don't love you, and it's not that I don't want us to be together. It's that I want you to understand that life is important and you should live it.
All right. I'll go find someone local.
He laughs again and he goes, "Well, convert them to Soon, and when you're done, just make sure you bring them with you when you come to Soon's realm." And
You got it, buddy. High five.
he's like, we'll have however many away."
Dude, I am still waiting on Adam. You know how long we've been. I mean, I don't know if he
Oh.
ever serviced you, but like.
Adam, he doesn't express love physically.
Oh. Damn it, I was hoping all this time that you guys
But
were
he's
like.
really good at chess. Oh, no. No, not me and Adam.
Damn
Eve
it.
once, before we met. But that was weird. She's weird.
Oh, shit. I guess I'm gonna have to go have some Eve sex.
It's gonna be weird.
I mean, if you've experienced it, now I have to experience it. It's so
Again,
exciting.
you're obsessed with me, Layla, and I only have about 10 more seconds, but like you need to move beyond this obsession
Fine.
and live your and he vanishes in the middle of his sentence.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. See you later, motherfucker. Alright. Love you. Bye. Love you, bye! And she's like, fine, I need a massage. Different kind of massage. What about that Curtis guy?
Curtis seems awfully attractive. So I will ask Curtis during this time for everybody else, it seems like a time of release, and all of your friends come around and sort of seem very into you, or they want your attention for whatever reason, and and just sort of enjoy spending time with. Even Ira just comes and like sits in your room and reads a book for a couple hours one day. But during that time, like you have sort of a direction, like a goal. You're the kind of the only character right now with a goal. What do you want to do?
Well, do I have to? Would I know anything about this knife or this temple? Do I have to do any investigating throughout the week?
You could do an Arcana check and a Religion check just to see what you know about them, like off the top of your head.
Both or whatever's higher.
One of each. One's for the dagger, the other one's for the temple. Holy fuck. God.
Wow.
Curtis is so good at
Damn.
everything.
Those are just my highest
amazing.
stats.
Curtis
So-
is wonderful.
So, religion, the Temple of Mistra. Move. You may have done a decent amount of reading on Mistra because she is the goddess of magic, and also the goddess who decided to turn off magic for about 100 years when the Netherese decided they didn't need gods anymore. So she is the goddess of magic. She maintains, maintains and organizes the weave into a way that makes sense so that people like wizards or yourself, like a bard, can cast spells. Basically, it's organized in a way that you can tap into it. So she is the goddess of magic, and the temple to Mistra is dedicated to just that magical artifacts. There's probably a lot of wizards that worship her. Clerics of Desna tend to be able to cast arcane spells on top of divine spells. She's died a couple times. I don't know. You like with a 30, you could probably Google Mistra and just read about it. The temple itself is not like it's not like a military structure. It's not impregnable. But they have a rectory, a place where they store things for study, and that is probably where the dagger is. The dagger itself, the Arcanus blade, is a dagger that was crafted during right before the fall of the Netherese Empire and recovered about 200 years ago and brought to the Temple of Mistra for safekeeping. It has the capability to cut the strands of the weave. It can actually it
Wow.
is literally so sharp that it can cut through magic.
Whoa.
It to boil it down in the simplest terms, like when you hit something with it, it casts the spell magic, but it's more powerful than that. It
Oh,
lets
boy.
you there's a chance that if you thrust it into the dragon mythal that you could break the dragon mythal. That's the best way I can put it into context. It is a very, very powerful magical artifact that has the potential to do things like kill gods or break mythals or just like insane shit because it can destroy magic with its blade.
So it's not like it sounds like something like this should be heavily guarded, or is it just like in a museum archive?
It's, I mean, based on your religion check in the temple to Mistra, it is probably fairly well guarded. It would not be an easy thing to get.
Yeah.
Well, you've got all these friends now.
Yeah. I have a lot of friends that are good at fighting and being sneaky.
I think Jordan's going to. I'm not sure where Curtis is, but I think maybe I've been working on some shoes for the past couple of days, and I come up to Curtis and be like, "Hey, Curtis, now don't be mad. I might have gotten your foot size from. Well, you know what? It's not important. Here, try these on." And I give Curtis some shoes to try on.
Thank you. These are just lovely.
Yeah, I figured it would match, your eyes, because of course, gotta have, from head to toe be tip top shape. I mean, you don't even need shoes. I mean, you could be butt ass naked and be like smashing. So, but
Aw. Well, that's wonderfully kind of you. Well, I'll have to give you a gift or something to pay you back later.
oh, think nothing of it. you know, just being my friend is enough. But if standing offer, yeah, you could pay me back later. Join the
Yeah,
war.
gladly. Aw.
Two things are about to happen. One, we'll deal with this first. Toward the end of the 10-day, toward the end of the week, drug in, like literally by the hand, pulling them into the tap room at the Severed Head. I keep wanting to call it Troll Skull Manor. And I know you guys renamed it. Drug into to the Severed Head by the hand, their cloak and hat being pulled off of them, are Tendalos, and dragging him along is Filbert. And is it who's in the tap room when this happens? We'll say. First-
I'll let Buster.
Okay. So you can see Tendalos is sort of like begrudgingly being pulled into the tap room. You hear Filbert go, "No, it's fine because look, I met my dad and he's not that bad. You're gonna meet your dad and it's gonna turn out that it was all a big misunderstanding. I promise." And Tendalos sort of just grumbles. And he looks over. See there's my dad right there. Look, come on over. You meet my dad first. He pulls Tendalos along behind it and is like, "Buster, it is a pleasure to see you." I'm gonna make Tendalos try to talk to his dad.
Yes.
God.
Oh yes, this is wonderful. Oh, it's so good to see you.
I'm not ready for this.
And Tindy. Oh yes. I know that Curtis would be thrilled to see you. Oh, he misses you so much. I know it.
Bitch, you asked for it. You literally verbally asked for it.
I'm gonna need some wine and
Well,
I'm not
we haven't
nearly ready.
we haven't taken a 5-minute break yet. If we want to give Jenny like 5 minutes to compose herself.
The other thing that happens then, we can take a 5-minute break, yes. But the other thing that happens is Layla is usually the one that goes and talks to Vajra or sends her messages, right? Layla's talked to her the most?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys think? Okay. Then Layla gets a message from Vajra that very curtly in her classic tone says, someone broke into the Font of Knowledge into one of the lecture halls and stole something. Could you take a look?
The Font of Knowledge.
The name of the college.
Yeah, I'll come take a look.
People sure are stealing stuff a lot lately.
Get a response back that says thank you.
Calric, can we cut our, I guess with Iris here, can we cut our,
5-minute break!
herb shopping short? 5-minute break, guys. We'll be right back.